Hi, welcome back to Jamie and Andy's Tesla Adventures. This evening we have Andy with us. We are going to be having FSD drive us around. This is FSD 14.1.3. It is the version that came just the other day. We've been driving 13.2.9 since May 16th of this year. So we're going to revisit the problems that we had before in the video that we had on our YouTube, Tesla FSD Fun and Issues. And we're going to go and see if this new version of FSD, if it'll handle it perfectly. It's been doing great so far. We also got a navigation update, so we'll see if that helps at all. But we're going to go ahead and start the video. Before we start, I actually wanted to point out what the issues were. So there was the bike path where the Tesla was driving on the bike path. And then there was also an issue at Walmart where it tried to go behind the store. And then there was where it tried to turn left at a no left turn. I did that twice. And then there's also at the base of the mountain, the FSD system could not do a U-turn or a three-point turn.
It was like a dead end.
Yeah, it was a dead end. And we had set another destination and it would not clear that. It would just freeze. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it started. And we have all the destinations set into place here. And it's simple. All you have to do, tap. You don't have to press and hold anymore. So this is the first problem where it had, which it did just great right here. So before, what had happened was that FSD did not like that I parked next to the little drop off the concrete into the dirt area. So that handled it just fine. All right.
Granted, it's a different season now.
Well, it is a difference.
So who knows if even something like that could make a difference, but that was a pretty markedly better handling of that.
Yeah, I didn't even hesitate. It just went.
Yeah.
It had trouble with the stop sign in the past, which I think it did fine in the last video that we had shot. But right here, it went just fine.
All right, so where are we headed first?
So first, we're going to go ahead and try the bike path out. And if you remember from the video that showed that issue, FSD attempted, well, actually it did. It pulled up onto the bike path and wanted to go and travel the bike path. So that's going to be the first one. I say I'd be very excited with this one.
Yeah, but I want to point out the map, when it pulled up, did kind of seem to imply that its plan and its little brain is to use that bike path, because here, this is called Freshies, it's a little restaurant right here, and then there's a turn, and in the past, this was a road you could drive on, but it's been replaced by a bike path a number of years ago. This is not a recent change, so there's not really an excuse for it being a mapping issue either, but
correct.
We are kind of curious what it's going to do. My hope is the map shows this, but that once it gets there, it'll be like, okay, no, that's not a road, and then it'll reason itself out of that situation and find another way to get to where we'd like to go.
Exactly.
But, okay, so we're just about to that Freshies restaurant I mentioned. It'll be on the left. And then it'll be interesting to see if the car figures out that it can't go across the railroad tracks because that's a bike path, or if it tries to do it anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so that's it, straight ahead. So on the map, you can see that it's telling it to go that way. FSD chose not to.
Yep, that's good.
Awesome.
So now it's
it's having a reroute. I don't know why. We'll see. No,
think...
wait. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's a little strange. Right here is where we need to go. So we were down this road right here. All we had to do was just keep going straight, go down this way, and go down this neighborhood. That is it. We'll let FSD do its thing. This next time, if it does not do it, FSD did not continue to the navigation destination that I had set. Instead, it's doing a U-turn, a go-around. So we'll reactivate FSD, and then we'll see what it does.
I have a sneaking suspicion. We'll see. Well, it'll be curious, because maybe it's smart enough to know, okay, I've now tried this twice and it didn't work.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know. With these AI engines, you just never know what they're going to do. So hopefully it does the right thing. Okay. Nope.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be an idiot.
It will not do it. I'm going to wait to see it actually does turn. Okay. So, obviously, that ain't going to do it.
Now,
FSD, again, attempted to go around, and I don't know what it's thinking, but all we have to do is go down straight this way, to the right, and then a right again, and we're down that neighborhood where I need to go.
it's also worth mentioning this is kind of a new issue.
This is a brand new issue right here, yes.
The problem with the previous version originated on the other side of the train tracks, which we're going to try now, I assume.
Yep.
So what was happening, and you'll see the way that the bike path is built, I could see where a camera system, run AI might think it's a road.
There, it just rerouted it to this.
Yeah, so now it's going to the right
So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Now, I want it to go down that way. And it looks like it is doing exactly that.
Okay, so this was the previous problem.
Yes.
We were driving on this road, making a right, and then it just kept going right straight onto this bike path, thinking it was a road, and it's not. So I'm a little worried it might do it again.
It might.
We'll see.
All it has to do is a 3-point turn. That's it. Even can go around and do a U-turn this way, but here we are. Same bike path. Okay. There we are.
Excellent. So that's resolved.
Wait.
Probably.
It is not resolved.
Oh,
it's on the bike path. It literally is on the bike path. FSD, again, with this new version 14.1.3, just like 13.2.9, is going on the bike path and treating it as a road.
So that's a problem. Now, I think somebody in a comment last time said, oh, that's just a mapping issue. But I kind of have to question that, because that's very clearly, in my opinion, not a road. Like, it's too skinny.
Clearly. Dead end,
it says,
yeah.
It says no motorized vehicles, right?
Yeah, it says no motorized vehicles, or no authorized vehicles, unauthorized vehicles, sorry. And then it has dead end right there. The system needs to read these signs, and it should be smart enough to know, hey, that's a bike path right here.
Yep.
So I've reported it before, at least, maybe 3 times?
Oh, at least.
And why has Tesla not fixed that?
Good question.
What are we making reports for if this stuff isn't going to be fixed?
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly clear that that's not a road, but I don't know. That's disappointing.
That's very disappointing.
Yep.
Quite a shame. So we're going to go ahead and go to our next destination. Okay. So all FSD had to do was do a 3-point turn, and look, it finally redirected itself.
Yeah, now it's doing the right thing, but
I need to pay attention to the road. FSD It can do it, whatever it wants.
Well,
But when I don't look at the road for like 3 seconds, God forbid, right?
yes. It can be an impatient master. All right, well, we'll see. So what's our next step?
Actually, there's another thing I wanted to point out too. So it is wanting it to go this way near the, that looks like the car wash right over there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, it could just go pretty much straight ahead. It makes a little turn to the right, and then
All we have to do at this intersection is go to the right here, which I'm going to deactivate, and I need to report that because it's not going to do it. FSD had to turn to the right, and then it gets onto the road it needs to. Very simple. It didn't need to go slower. It could just go onto the highway and get to the destination faster.
It's a routing, just a routing issue.
FSD's activated again.
Yeah, not a big deal, but kind of odd that it chose the long way.
Oh, there's that. There was some heavy brake tapping right there, jabbing, which was strange.
All right, so anyway, as I was saying, what's our next stop?
The next stop is at Walmart. So FSD chose the first problem at Walmart. It wanted to go into the back part, in the alleyway of Walmart, and we'll see if it actually goes the proper way. And then another thing too is FSD was trying to turn left at a right turn only. So we will see if both of those were fixed.
Now, the routing issue to go behind the store, it's a problem, I guess. But that one I can kind of see. It could be a mapping issue. It might think that's a legitimate street. So if that's not fixed, I don't see that as a huge deal, personally. But the one where it's making left turns where left turns are illegal is a bigger issue. It just shows it's clearly not reading street signs in the way it should be. I mean, we know that it reads stop signs. We know that it reads most speed limit signs. So, we have noticed there's problems with do not enter signs. Like FSD will try to drive right past one of those into a place where it's not supposed to go. We've noticed that work zone speed limit signs are hit or miss.
Yep.
Same with school zones if they're based on various times of the day. I mean, that one I can kind of understand is a little tough because you have to kind of know the time of day. You have to apply that logic on the fly. And one-way signs as well. I can't remember. Have you had it ever have issues with one-way signs? Or generally are those okay?
Not really, just don't enter signs, really.
Yeah, so one-way signs, I guess, are fine. And plus, those should be in the mapping database, I would think, anyway. So, but, it'll be curious. I will be curious to see how it does at that intersection with that no left turns. Oh,
well, that kind of puts a damper on it.
What a treat.
Well, let's see what it does. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is forcing it to reroute on the fly.
There you go. Look, it rerouted it.
Yep.
So it's going to go through this condo complex right over here. Through this, first it's a restaurant parking lot, and then it turns into a condo complex parking.
And y'all get to see it stop for some speed bumps or slow down for some speed bumps. There's some speed
coming
bumps
right up ahead.
here.
Yeah. The whole road is closed. This will be very interesting, actually. We had no idea that this section was closed. So we'll see what FSD tries to do. Yep. Okay. That may have been my fault. FSD looks like she was like it was going at her direction, so forgive me on that. It may have been doing good, but you don't want to play with that, really.
Yeah, you don't want to get into one of those.
So this is where it would turn. Yep. Look at. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's doing that because of the truck right there.
Yeah, this one, the experiment has kind of failed. It's too many strange variables.
So I can't really call that one on FSD because, again, there were, like Andy just said, a lot of...
Well, we can still test it, because if I recall, the problem occurred on the other end of the street. So we can see if it tries to.
It can, but I don't want to go that way.
Oh, okay.
This was one of the problems right here.
Oh, okay, it was. Okay, gotcha. I mean, that could just be a mapping issue, I suppose. That maybe the maps don't clearly define which streets are kind of meant for, utility use.
I don't know what he's saying.
I think he's yelling.
Okay. Well,
just bring the window down.
Okay, so we have to go this way. All right, let's give that a try. Totally weird area. They should probably do that a bit differently, in my opinion. Like, there is no clear... It didn't say that you couldn't turn right there. And that lady, the first one, directed me to the right. And then you could go straight ahead. It didn't say anything about can't go through that road. So I actually blame the construction crew for that one.
Yep.
It's very unsure. FSD didn't do anything wrong. It was doing just fine right there. I'm going to take over right now, and then we will go ahead and go to that area where FSD was trying to turn to the left in a right turn only. Oh, there's Ina. So it looks like FSD is mapped out to go that way, so we'll go ahead and activate it right now. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, see, it wants to go down the alley.
See? Well, that confirms that's not fixed.
Yeah, that's not fixed.
Like, it's not that you can't go down that way, but it's really not ideal. Like, that is a one-way...
FSD is attempting to go down an alley instead of going through the main parking lot and going out to the street.
Yeah, the problem with that alleyway is it's not really a two-lane alleyway.
Now it should do it.
You can't have, like, if someone is coming at you from the opposite direction, you're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not really ideal behavior at all. It shouldn't be using those really ever unless there's no other alternative.
Oh.
I think that individual triggered that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Are.
Let's see what it does.
Okay,
and it wants to go to the left. Clearly says no left turn.
I'll wait to see what it does first, and then I'll... Yep.
Okay. It's going to break the law.
So obviously they have not fixed that, where FSD is reading legal and safety signs.
Yeah.
That's kind of necessary if you're going to have yourself a robotaxi or unsupervised FSD.
That's a big mark against.
Let's try it one more time, just like I did in the previous video, just to show.
Yep, that's a problem. And Elon, implied that, FSD's learning to read these signs kind of on its own. It doesn't know how to read, but it's still learning to read anyway through its learning. But this is not the only time we've had it do that, where it just ignores no left turn. So this is a little disappointing that this is still a problem.
It's always this parking lot. It's extremely busy.
Yeah. These grocery stores, they design them in the least efficient way possible, I swear.
All right, so giving FSD another try. Let's see if it follows cues from this truck, actually.
Well,
I don't see why it would, but...
It's definitely showing that it wants to turn left.
And if you take a look closely, too, when the car starts to go to the left, which I'm not going to let it, it'll show that path trying to go to the left. So There's a car behind me. I'm going to try to make this quick. Yep, there it is. So, yeah. FSD attempted to turn left at a right turn only. Again.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I mean, I'll reiterate, I was hoping that this new version would have a little bit better logic insofar as, signs. And that sign couldn't be clearer.
Yep. No.
I mean, it's very clear. There's really no excuse. It should be seeing that, and it didn't, or perhaps it just hasn't learned to look for those types of signs. I don't know, but yeah, like Jamie said, I don't know how you can have an unsupervised version of this or a robo-taxi service that isn't capable of understanding signs like that.
Okay, FSD did another brake jab right there. So I'm going to deactivate it. Oops. FSD did another brake jab for no reason.
All right, where to next?
So we're going to Walgreens. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to go to Walgreens at the moment. What I wanted it to do was something I had in the previous one where that road was actually open.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's try it. Let's go to Safeway really quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll have it go that way because I want it to go that way. Across the intersection.
Yes, this is one that's another sign-related problem where it's one of those intersections that even for a person, to be perfectly honest, I think it's a challenge a little bit because the signs are just put up, in the sense of here's the lane for right turn, here's the lane for left turn or straight, and it's just kind of confusing how it lines up with where the lanes are on the actual ground. So I think that that's tough for anybody, but we were curious if FSD now might be a little better at figuring out which lane it's supposed to use to go straight through this intersection that's going to be coming up here.
All right, I'm going to reactivate FSD right here. Again, there's another little indecisive. Okay, here we go.
So yeah, it needs to be in the left lane to go straight, and it looks like it's not going to do it right. Oh, yep, that's...
Nope. Okay. Oh, shoot. Report bug, FSD was trying to go straight through the intersection in a right turn only. Alright, so here is the base of the mountain again. This is where FSD came up to a dead end. To go to the next destination, all I had to do was a 3-point turn or a U-turn, and it would have been back, on the path that it came from.
Yep. So now here I have a little hope because it did do kind of a 3-point turn at the bike trail incident where it almost did the right thing and then it didn't. But yeah, we'll see what it does.
Yeah. I'm going to report it right here because FSD did some brake jabbing right here, so not a big deal. FSD did a lot of brake jabbing right at that crosswalk. Okay, so it got to our destination just fine, other than the brake jabbing that happened over there at that crosswalk, which I reported to Tesla. So here are the chargers. They're right here on the left-hand side, so it's going in there perfectly. Okay, never mind. It's not going to the charger. There we are. Little indecisive move.
Corrected itself.
Is it backing up finally?
Ooh, what do you know? That's awesome.
It didn't do that earlier today. It pulled into the space.
Yeah, this actually is really useful.
This is extremely useful. I can charge.
This is how you would charge, yeah. That's pretty cool. Perfect.
Other than that little hesitation just right over here, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really nice. Now, granted, that's not related to the problem we're trying to review.
But we're gonna keep this in the video because it shows that it actually parked perfectly the way it's supposed to in a charging space, unlike 2 times that we've done already. So let's go ahead and go to our problem spot, and hopefully we can see if that is fixed.
Yeah, in the previous 2 times it's pulled in front way, which you can't charge that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So just to be clear, in case you're unaware, the charging port on a Tesla car is in the back.
Now, if I was in that charging space and I wanted to go somewhere else back to where we came from, Tesla would do a great job, and it would just go around this roundabout, doing a U-turn and go. That's not what we want to point out. What we want to point out is up here.
Yeah, up here there's this area where the road kind of ends. There's plenty of space, though, to reverse course and go back. So
I'm going to go ahead and activate it now because it's showing it to go that way.
Okay.
And this public parking is over downtown Steamboat Springs, so it's way back that way.
Uh-oh. Can we get by?
Yeah, we can get by.
Sweet.
Lots of obstacles for FSD today.
Yeah, I will say it is a tougher day than normal in terms of unpredictable sorts of issues.
Okay, so straight ahead is that problem spot.
Yeah.
All it has to do is either do a wide turn, do a U-turn to go back, or do a 3-point turn, and it doesn't want to do either.
Yeah, in the past. And you can see there's plenty of space. This would not be even remotely a problem to reverse. So
all right, here we go. Let's see. There we are.
That does seem to have improved it.
It fixed it. It not just improved, it did it.
Yep. Now, I am curious if there was like a car parked there and it was a little tighter, would it be able to do a 3-point turn?
Let's try a different type of thing. All right, so I'm gonna kind of put it in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Let's see what it does.
Perfect. Yeah, just get it a little closer and see if it's able to make that jump to that 3-point turn.
So I'll probably activate it right here, just playing around with it right about now.
Gold star.
Gold star.
Gold star. Absolutely.
All right. So it looks like out... Oh, it's freaking out over that sheet of paper blowing in the wind. It looks like out of those problems that we've had, this is the only one that has been corrected, with it being the new version 14.1.3. The other ones, I mean, hopefully Tesla can get that fixed, because, I mean, it's basic.
Yeah, I would say for me, the one that is the most disappointing is the left turn attempt in a no left turn intersection. That one, I truly don't understand why the AI has not apparently been trained on no left turn signs.
Or any kind of traffic sign, like other than speed limit signs and stop signs.
Yes.
And one-way signs.
There could be others that we're not thinking of that it's capable of picking up, but that one is such an important one, and it's just a little strange that that's still not being processed correctly. So the other one, I will say that you mentioned there was only this one that was fixed with the 3-point turn behind us, but it did also pull out of its parking space better.
Yes, it
at
did.
the very beginning of the video. So that one improved as well.
That's
so I'd
correct.
say it's
so
like
two of them.
2 out of 5.
I think
right?
I think it was about 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's improvement clearly, but I will say for me that no left turn sign still being a problem is disappointing.
Quite a downer. Well, the bike path is a huge deal.
It is. And that one, I mean, I can kind of see if that's just that the map Tesla is using is wrong and it's declared that that's a street. I can see how FSD might think that that's just a little turn in the road. It gets a little tight, but it can go. And I will note...
Here's this brake jabbing again and came to a complete stop.
Well, there's this guy turning left.
I know, but we're the ones who have the right-of-way.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
So let me go ahead and deactivate. FSD started stuttering, brake jabbing right before the crosswalk, and then just stopped.
Now, I will note those crosswalks, it is doing a better job when there are pedestrians there.
Yes.
So it might be they just have it a little too sensitive to crosswalks at the moment. I don't know.
Okay, so FSD chose to go down this way, which we all know that is a construction zone. They have it all blocked off. Oh wait, now there's people on it? Okay. I guess we'll do. That was weird. What is that, a Matrix moment? Like, it didn't auto-populate the construction crew?
It's the Truman Show.
Yeah.
They didn't anticipate that we would come this way and create trouble for us.
What the heck was that? Alright, so coming up is that area. I wanted to test this out. So let's go ahead and get rid of the destination. Actually, wait, give it a moment. I'm going to wait till it actually turns into here. And then I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. Right now. And before it turned into that parking lot, right, or excuse me, that basketball court, but let's see what it does. Okay, that was fine. Other than the jerkiness, it jerked a little bit. Is it fixing? Okay, so I guess it's going to park here, which is fine, I guess. It didn't pull into a basketball court. So it didn't go to the next destination, even though I got rid of this one. Usually it would drive up a bit further, and it didn't do it. Did you want to go?
No, I'm just saying, we just had to push that, and now it's going.
Okay.
But, yeah. Hey, like you said, at least it didn't pull into some place it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And because last time it pulled into the basketball court and just kind of stopped.
Yep.
It was like, okay. It's like, well, this is not ideal.
Yeah, so we'll probably end the video right now. So, kind of doing an overview of it. Overall, 14.1.3 has been very impressive. Andy and I both have really enjoyed it. It's more aware of the surroundings. Does a little bit better with the pedestrians. Does
deer.
It does
better
great
with
deer.
Wildlife.
Yep, it sees it way in advance. And it speed bumps is another one. With this particular video, we were revisiting those problem areas from 13.2.9, and aside from a couple of them, they still were problems. It still had issues with the bike path. It looked like it was going to do a 3-point turn, and it unsuccessfully did it. And with the Walmart thing, I mean, initially, I'm not going to fault FSD whatsoever for that. I blame the construction crew because they made it totally confusing for myself, and maybe FSD would have handled it better than I did, but being a human, I saw that there was no saying don't enter signs. There were signs that said detours, but where the lady, construction lady first told us to go, where she directed us, there was no sign. So apparently we couldn't go there. But then when we came back to that spot, it was reopened again. Okay. Let's see here. What was the other issue?
The no left turn.
No left turn in the same the Walmart parking lot. So no left turn, and it did it twice. So what would you say? Is that it, I think?
Yeah, I would say that's the main ones are the no left turn, and it made a left turn anyway, or tried to. And the bike path, it still is not quite smart enough to see that that's not a road. And, you know, I don't know. Hopefully they can train it to identify that sort of a situation.
So, yeah, what we can get from it is that it does not read those types of signs. It'll do speed limits. It'll do stop signs, one way, I believe so. It still had, I think earlier, I think it was today or the day before, it went down a don't enter over by the college.
Yeah, yesterday it did that. And, you know, that one, it's puzzling because those signs are very easy for, I would think, for a visual algorithm or an AI. I don't obviously know how AI...
Wait, look at that. That's, by the way, that's another awesome feature. I didn't touch anything. That's FSD doing it. Clearly the camera on the outside of the windshield was dirty, and the FSD had turned on the wipers and the washer fluid, which was awesome.
Yeah, does that automatically now. But yeah, like do not enter signs, no left turn. These should be implemented. These should have been implemented years ago. And I don't know, maybe in FSD 12 when it was a different kind of architecture, maybe they were recognizable at that time to the FSD engine. And now with an AI-based, machine learning model that they're using, maybe it needs to still learn to view those signs and apply them. But yeah, that's kind of been my gripe for a while, that it's just not doing a great job handling street signs that are legally important in some cases. And so we'll hope for better performance on that in coming versions, though.
Yep, and I'm sure we'll revisit this when another version of FSD 14 comes out. We appreciate you being with us tonight and kind of, going over this. Oh, there's another brake jab. Going over this stuff again. We really enjoy this, these videos, and hopefully we'll be coming out with one soon, and hopefully these problems will be fixed where problem solved. We won't have to do another revisit. So again, thank you, and we appreciate it. And until next time.